Hello traders, the title of the video is how to ascertain if a candlestick bar is very bearish. Alright, so you may be wondering, Joy, what do I care about knowing whether a candlestick bar is very bearish or not? Or if a candlestick bar is very bearish, is alerting us that the people are selling more than they are buying. Yes or no? But that's not the end of the whole verification. There are more to that we can talk about today, because a candlestick bar can be very, very bearish, but after that we can buy, because that's what we call the exhaustion. So people are selling, and then as the price is coming to the end of the bearish trend, we see a very bearish candlestick bar. This is the last lap of that bearish trend. Though it is very, very bearish, that candlestick bar is very, very bearish, telling that people are selling more than they are buying. All right, it's an exhaustion because we are coming to the end of that bearish trend. Sometimes a bearish candlestick bar will give us a bit of idea that all right, it is time to sell, because by looking at it, we know that people are selling more than they are buying. All right. But we look at what was happening before. Now we say, all right, it looks to me that the bulls are giving up. Now the bearish traders are taking control. I have been recording videos about candlestick bar recently, and there is a playlist about candlestick bar trading at Day Pro Traders, YouTube channel. All right. So let's clarify today how to ascertain if a candlestick bar is very bearish. The first question that you must compare the closing price to the low. A very bearish candlestick bar is one of these ones. You see, this candlestick bar is very bearish because it closes near the low. Any candlestick bar that closes near the low is very, very bearish. But that candlestick bar is very, 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 very bearish if it's a long range candlestick bar. You know what we call a long range? This is a long range bullish candlestick bar. This is a long range bearish candlestick bar because the range is quite long. This is a short range candlestick bar because it doesn't got a bigger body, or the range is small. But if the candlestick bar has a long range and also closes near the low, that is loudly telling us that it's very, very bearish. But as you can see, after this long bearish candlestick bar, this is a typical example of an exhaustion. That's why we say to trader, anytime you see a very bearish candlestick bar, don't sell straight away. Wait for the price to rally up near the median line of that long bearish candlestick bar, that very bearish candlestick bar, and see whether people will attempt to sell it again. You see that after this long candlestick bar, the price rally above the median line of that long, very bearish candlestick bar, but it did not find a resistance near the median line, which is telling us now that people are no more willing to sell it, and they are more likely to buy because the following candlestick bar, the price finding support above that median line, and the following move is bullish. So this is an exhaustion, very bearish candlestick bar. So to identify a very bearish candlestick bar, the question one must ask is, where is the closing price in relation to the low? Very, very, very bearish candlestick bar will close near the low. All right. The second thing that we need to check, does it got a long range? Is it a long range candlestick bar? So a very long range candlestick bar that closes near the low is very, very bearish. But there are two types of very, very bearish candlestick bar. One is an exhaustion candlestick bar, which means this is the last selling activity. Another type of a very candlestick bar is those ones that are alerting that people are about to sell. This one here, you see this one here? it closes near the low. So we look on our left hand side, people were buying before, and suddenly one particular day the price did open here and went up fast. Can you believe that? It went up fast and it was denied. The bearish trader pushed it down. After this candlestick went up, so you want to know, so this is the story relating to this candlestick bar. So read the story of the candlestick bar, and if you understand the story, you will know whether it's very, very bearish or not, whether you should sell after that. All right. So the story here was that this candlestick bar did open here and went up first, and then the bearish trader pushed it down, and now it closes near the low. The range is not very long, but its average range, a candlestick bar that closes near the low after a strong bullish move up. This is telling us that the bullish trader probably, so we'll say here, it's all about probability. Probably the bullish traders are giving up. So you draw the median line on that candlestick bar. Normally we would prefer a rally up. Here the price did not rally up, but went below the low of that very candlestick bar. If a financial instrument goes below the low of a very bearish candlestick bar and find a resistance, one must sell. Let me say this again. You see here, this is a very bearish candlestick bar. The price first went below the low of a very bearish candlestick bar. Therefore, if a financial instrument goes below the low of a very bearish candlestick bar and find a resistance, one must sell. So here you can see that the price went below the low of that very bearish candlestick bar, and people did sell it using what? A different time frame trading method. And it went down first before it finally recovered and found support and closes above the opening price. This is the story about this particular candlestick bar. So now you understand why it is so important for somebody that is using candlestick pattern to ascertain if a candlestick bar is very bearish or not. So to summarize this tutorial, because I have made it my own job, alright, to clarify all the misunderstanding relating to candlestick bar, individual candlestick bar, and also relating to candlestick pattern. And I will be recording more video to help technical traders to use the candlestick pattern more precisely. So first thing, a very bearish candlestick bar will close near what? The low. All very bearish candlestick bar will close near the low of that candlestick bar. If it has a long range, therefore it is very, very, very bearish. Okay? So which means people are more selling than buying. All right. Now read the story. Is he at a support level? Is he at a resistance level? Is he at an exhaustion? Very bearish candlestick bar. Draw the median line and pay attention to the price. If the price dip below the low of a very bearish candlestick bar, one must look for all good reason to sell using a top-down trading method. If a financial instrument finds support above the median line of a very, 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 very bullish, a very, very bearish candlestick bar, repeat, if a financial instrument manages to go above, okay, the median line of a very, very bearish candlestick bar and find support, one will look for an opportunity to buy instead. Now, talking about a very, 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 very bearish candlestick bar, one must wait for the candlestick bar to close before analyzing the candlestick bar. So you're on the yearly chart, it must close on that yearly chart. On the weekly chart, it must close fast. You are on your 15-minute time frame, it must close fast. Alright, must close fast. But if you are using this strategy on the 5 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, know that you are playing with the market noise. The best approach is to use, for instance, I'm on a yearly chart, find one candlestick bar like this and play with it using a swing trading strategy or day trading strategy. So you can use monthly chart if you want to play with it for practical trading. You can use a monthly chart, quarterly chart, yearly chart. Look for candlestick bar like this and play with it as we have already discussed it. This is about how to ascertain if a candlestick bar is very bearish and how to use it. If you have any question or suggestion, put in the comment section. In due course, I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. We are a GSTW24 traders talking about how to ascertain whether a candlestick bar is very, very bearish. If you like this video, please give us the thumbs up. If you dislike it, mark it down. If you find it amazing, alright, feel free to share with your friend on Google+, on Twitter, and also on Facebook. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. Remember to subscribe to this channel because we will be recording a more amazing tutorial. Happy trading to you all and speak to you soon.